Welcome to part 3 of Shipping 101, our tutorial to bring you the information you need to move in, ship your equipment to IMTS 2016. Now already we've talked about what you need to do in advance of the show. We've visited the marshaling yard to have a look at that procedure. Now we're going to complete the loop. We're going to go from the marshaling yard up to the trade show floor, right now totally empty, and eventually, after the show's over, move out of the show floor. So we're going to join Tom Gilmore as he rides us in from the marshaling yard up through the ramps onto the show floors.
Now you've been through the marshaling yard, you've got all your paperwork, you've been dispatched to go up to the building. As you come out of the yard, if you're going to either the south, the north, or the west building, you will make a left-hand turn onto Moe Drive. If you're going to the east building, you'll make a right-hand turn and go over 31st Street to get on Dearborn Drive to go to the east building booths. Now, we're going to take a run down Moe Drive to show you how you get from the yard up to the dock area. So now all trucks going to any of the 3 north, south, or west buildings will come down Moe Drive. They're separated on the drive, put in separate lines going to separate buildings. You see these indications, N1, S1, W1. Those are all for the building that the driver's being dispatched to. During the inbound and outbound, there will be no car parking in the 31st Street lot. It's for trucks only. Now at the top of the ramp comes a major point of confusion. If you're going to the west building, if you're a driver with the load for the west building, you're going to turn right. Where it says W3, you're going to turn right. If you're going to the south building, you're going to turn left. Pretty simple, huh? Any trucks going onto the floor are going to come through this door. That's the elephant door. Everything else, traffic will meet them right at this point, direct them either into the building or into one of these dock holes. On the wall behind these trailers is a number designating every dock hole. Okay, so you've been through the marshaling yard, your trucks have been dispatched, it's up here either in the dock or on the floor, ready to get loaded. Well, what happens now? Tom, tell us about the docks.
So if your truck is in the dock, as you see behind me, it'll be in one of these numbered spaces. One of our traffic men will take your truck driver's paperwork, take it inside to our freight desk. There is a freight desk inside each hall. From that desk, we will then dispatch labor to your truck. So if you're the carrier, you are to stay by your truck at all times. Remember, you are ultimately responsible for your load. And then when you are unloaded out here on the dock and everything's inside the booth, you and the labor will go inside to the desk and you'll be signed out and ready to move on to the next step. Now, what about on the floor?
Well, if you've been dispatched and you're out on the floor for unloading, the same thing. As you pull in the elephant door that we saw down the way, there'll be traffic men on the floor to direct your truck to a specific point. It'll be parked there. At that time, we require the driver to turn off the truck and begin to untarp and unchain his load. Again, stay with your load. A traffic manager will come by, get your paperwork, and dispatch crews to come to the truck. Everything is marked based on the columns that are on the floor. Once it's offloaded, again, the driver will go, just like as Tom said, go with the labor, go back to the desk, they'll sign off all their paperwork, they'll be dispatched to leave the building, they can exit. Then they'll come out through one of these doors, hang a left, that's the only way to go. If you're in the south building, turn left. It's just like a race car, turn left. They'll go to the end of the line, go down the ramp, and go back to the yard.
And exhibitors, like we said when we were in the marshaling yard, if you need to know where your truck is at any point up here at the building, that 4-digit truck driver number is most important. You can go to any GS freight desk and they can give you a status on your truck.
In addition to that, there are zone managers out on the floor. If they come by, you can stop one of them. They can check also and tell you what trucks are here, where they're at in line, everything that you want to know, the trucks that have been unloaded and the trucks that are yet to be done. And again, if there's any questions, please call the IMTS Freight Center. And I cannot implore exhibitors enough to make sure that your carriers and their drivers watch this video.
That's a wrap on our 3-part Shipping 101 series. Part 1 emphasized what you need to do in advance. Number 1 thing, fill out the target plan questionnaire. Part 2 talked about getting into the marshaling yard, things that your trucking company, your carriers need to know to get into the marshaling yard and out of the marshaling yard quickly. And finally, part 3, we went up here on the show floor, we walked through your in procedure and your out procedure. If we can encourage you today to do anything to make your IMTS experience easier, it's go visit the e-kit. If you have questions, call the call center. Make sure that you hit the deadlines. Please take this video, show it to your trucking company and your carriers. That will make for a more efficient IMTS 2016. We'll see you in September.